Okay, so for this equation we have to find the standard form given the foci and the asymptotes. Now the first thing that we know is that this this hyperbola is going to be located on the x equals 3 axis. And we can see from the foci that the foci are going to be plus and minus 2, which are located right here. So from that we can tell that the parabola is going to open down and up, which means we also have to make a modification to the actual equation, which is before, if it was opening side to side, it would be x squared over a squared minus y squared over b squared equals 1. But now we have to flip these two, and it would be y squared over a squared and x squared over b squared equals 1. But one thing that we're missing is the values of a squared and b squared. How can we find that? Well, if we set up a Pythagorean theorem equation and we put a squared plus b squared equals 4, and it's given to us by this, we square it, and that gives us 4. We know this, that a over b squared equals 2, because that squared, yeah. And from there, we can tell that b squared equals a over 2 squared. Now if we substitute that into the equation before, and we do a squared plus a over 2 squared equals 4, and we actually do the math and do that out, we end up with 5a squared over 4 equals 4. Now if we multiply all this by 4, 4 gets cancelled, turns into 16. So it'll be 5a squared over 16 equals 16. And then from there, we divide by 5, and we get 16 over 5. Now we move this over up to here, and this is the first part of the equation. Now, we need to get rid of this 5, so we move it up here, and then we get rid of this 5. And that is that part of the equation. Remember, if you have a fraction in the denominator, you can move the bottom part of the fraction up to the numerator. Now, from there, if you divide 16 over 5 divided by 4, you get b. Because, what is it called? B is equal to a over 2. So, if we divide it by 4, if we divide 16 over 5 by 4, we get 4 over 5. Now, we move the 5 up, and we get rid of this 5. But remember, the equation is located on the x equals 3 axis. So we put it in parentheses, x minus 3, so it won't move the equation from side to side. And then we put 5 in front, so it can distribute, because remember, everything distributes. So once we do all this math just with the foci and the asymptotes, our equation is 5y squared over 16 minus 5, open parentheses, x minus 3 close parentheses, over 4 equals 1.